painting blue. What I'm about to do is show your love.
Good day, man. Good morning, Jason, Court, and Brandon. How's it going? Nice and early Sunday morning. We got the construction news from February to March coming up. Yeah, man. How's everybody doing this morning? Me, I'm still tired. I feel like it's just Friday almost. Like I could just sleep all day again. It was a long week last week. You know what? I could post some pictures in the Discord. Just kind of show you. Wow, what oh, nice, very nice artwork coming up from Team Smoke, by the way. That's pretty neat. But yeah, wow, what a big job. For one, I was on, like, first one I was on was it's like a 44-story like a condo building right downtown, and the first couple of days or few days or whatever, we were up on the 19th floor, just like tied off on the side of the slab, installing these headers, right, for like the glazing. It was just insane, you know, having to like reach out and screw into this track, and it was like super heavy gauge track, right? So yeah, finally I started pretty quickly learned to start pre-drilling the holes and stuff for the guy, you know what I mean? Like, it was my partner that at the time, Patrick. He was up on the scaffolding there, you know, yeah, like up on the scaffolding full time. It was pretty intense. So, what's everybody up to, man? What job you got going on there, guys? Any interesting jobs going on right now? Yeah, man, so I stayed up, actually. Stayed up kind of late, and off and on, just doing some research, trying to find some new stuff in the news. And yeah, I found quite a lot of pretty cool stuff. So anytime anybody wants a link for a page I'm on, just let me know and I'll drop it in the chat. And yeah, feel free. I think yeah, anybody with a wrench can drop any links as well throughout the stream. Anybody hear of anything exciting in the news lately? Let's see if I go to yeah, construction projects. I do have a channel for that, so I'm gonna post some pictures, guys. There's some pretty crazy stuff. These guys going up on the scaffold, and I'll post that and that and that. My machine from no, you know what? I'll put this one and this one. Excuse me. So yeah, I just put more bathroom remodels. Awesome. Just uploaded 5 pictures to my Discord channel, to the server under the construction projects channel. I can open that up too, and I'll show you guys. And I can explain it to you. El Discord. Right on. Let's get over to the other window. Yeah, let's do that one. Boom. There we go. Look at that. So guys, I honestly, I missed Minorca Home Solutions. Mr. Wilbro, how are you, my man? Very cool to see you, buddy. A long week last week, eh? Oops. Yeah, I was saying, man, same thing. It was a long ass week. Let's see here. Construction projects. Here's the pictures of the project that I'm on right now. So, yeah, this was Friday, right? So we just had to build this, the headers, right, for this big window opening. But this is like 14 gauge steel, right? And this is the lift this is my lift, so I'm alone on this lift, right? So I'm doing the framing, and then I'm boarding it from the inside out, right? Too. So I boarded it all, and did all the framing up top, and it's like 14 gauge steel, right? So the channel and the clips, there's clips staggered every 4 feet. They're at every 4 feet. The like the wafers were like the number eights, like the bigger. I think I want to say number eights. They're bigger, longer, a little bit longer. And oh my God, Keenan, all about vehicles. Toronto got a centimeter of snow. Wow. They were calling for it here, but man, the first day, this was already framed, but my guy and I, this green like lift here, we boarded all of this like just to the here and all that, right? The other crew with this lift boarded this, right? Actually, they only boarded. They had to finish a little bit here the next day, but they did this, and my other partner and I, we did this, right? And around the corner here, we did the parapets as well. Probably about 30 feet of parapet on this farther corner here as well on the same day as we did this whole thing, right? And these guys were just over here. It was awesome. But yeah, and this is the looking down from the lift, right? This was the guys on the scaffolding guy. These guys are awesome, man. This is the foreman on the job. Yeah, he was up on the scaffolding. It was 4 sections high, right? doing this whole framing and boarding, right? So and I did this stuff right here with the lift, with the boom lift. It's pretty heavy duty, pretty crazy stuff. So yeah, man, him and his guys came in. They framed from here to here the day before, and then they finished from here to here, plus boarded it. Like I did this part, right? But it was pretty fun, man. Oh yeah, here's the tile job, Wilro. How's it going, brother? Nice, nice, dude. Look at that. Can you guys see the pictures clearly? I can blow them up. Nice. Oh, man. Yeah, you're right. It was a big-ass job, dude. Looks good. Looks very well done, bro. Hey, guys. Look at that, eh? I like the little cubby there for, the toiletries or whatever, shampoo or whatever. That would be sweet. A little bench. Excuse me. I like that. I like it, Wilroke. Very nice. Yeah, anybody feel free to post the pictures in the Discord. We could definitely take a look. But yeah, it's crazy, guys. Like, yeah. I wish I had. Oh yeah, this is the first one. This is this parapet side that we were doing first before we went and did this big long side here. This is when we were on this bigger orange JLG. Right on. But yeah, it's a big job. They should have gone granite, yeah. Okay, yeah, fair enough, yeah. Is that what that is? I can't, it seems a little. And then this here, right? I kind of like that. It's different. I like that. But you're telling the nub wall, would you say is this tile? Is a different tile? Like it's not granite, right? So, nub wall, yeah. Let me just. Or. I found a couple of new neat products as well. I'll be kind of showing you guys as well today. It was pretty cool. Here we go. There, now I got my. Oh, this looks like looks like some kids game stream. That's hilarious. Heat transfer. Oh, I gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Then yeah, okay. So we call that knee wall or whatever, right? So nub wall. I gotcha. Yeah, very cool, man. Nice take, Clyde's got. Yeah, Clyde got edge on. What's up, man? How's it going? I seen. I saw you. I get the. I kind of see a bit of your streams. I'm kind of like either on my way to work or at work or something. Did the sink countertop have granite? Yeah. Man, oh man. There we go. So I see, eh? Right here. Not yet, not yet. It's a little different, eh? How it's open. I that's I like kind of I like that idea. What about what's going on and what are you putting in the flooring for there? Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah, you bet, clan guy. Yeah. Are you streaming with Streamlabs or is that just live YouTube live stream or have you done how's the Streamlabs thing or OBS thing going? Man, I just added I just added 32 gig of RAM to my system. It like I swear before it was sounding like a jet airplane was taking off because like you know I swear I was gonna like run the burn the chip right out and yeah, yeah, I added the RAM and things should be running a lot more smoother now. So I'm gonna try a couple things. There's a plug-in for Streamlabs that will play some music. What do we got? I had a whole bunch of things light up. So it should be there we go. Perfect. Streamlabs is a CPU hog, yeah. I gotta. What am I running again? Let's check it out. I think it's an i7. You know. Yeah, i7 6700, 3.4 gigahertz, 48 gig of DDR4. Is nice. I had 16 gig. I just tripled it almost. Like I got 48 now, right? So yeah, it's pretty sweet, man. It's running really smooth. And if we run, show you the, you know, like check it out right now. Right, what we're running right now. I got Streamlabs, Pretzel. I got Stream Deck. I got YouTube live dashboard running. We got the chat. I got like how many windows open in Chrome? Like 20 more, maybe close to 20 tabs. And I'm using half of my chip. So that's pretty good. On the RAM side, I'm using 14.5 gig right now. See how smooth how smooth it's running? You know, it was getting bottlenecked because my RAM was kind of suffering. So now it's running smooth. I was getting lag in some of the streams. So, but yeah, 40% CPU, 31% RAM. That's pretty good, I think. So yeah, you're right. It's a bit of a hog, right? Yeah, I think that you can actually have a mobile version of Streamlabs on your phone, can't you? Like when you do YouTube Live, you can stream to YouTube Live through Streamlabs on your phone too, I think, right? And you can add stuff. I'm pretty sure. You might want to double check that. But anyone hear about any of this stuff? Like, man, a Brazil dam disaster. Growth predicted for U.S. construction. Volvo CE to go electric. Ooh. Volvo CEs to go electric. John Deere back in Europe. And the California high-speed rail is back. Scaled back. So you have it, eh, Wiro? Yeah, word, man. There you go. Do you must use it. You do edits and stuff with some stuff, right? Like, that's pretty cool. That's jack to before pick, yeah, right? I think I remember. Oh my god. Oh my god, eh? That's awesome, dude. Hey, happy Sunday, Aaron. Mr. Aaron Banks, happy Sunday, brother. Cheers to that. Man, I hope it's I actually started organizing the garage yesterday too, guys. Like getting stuff up to the loft so I can get the bottom all cleared out. Gotta get everything up there, and then I get my tools up there last. So then, you know what I mean. I can build stuff and bring stuff down as I need it, or as you know what I mean. I can get everything organized up in the loft, right? So I can start building in the garage. So maybe I'll start actually recording it and streaming it. You know, if I start, I'm gonna go back out. I'm sure I've posted pictures of the material I have in there on the Discord. So I got a lot of material. So it's gonna be a lot of fun, man. Yeah, relaxing a bit. Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, I feel like sleeping, like just sleeping. I don't know. I'm just so tired. You know, then tomorrow I'll be all energized and do it all over again. Right? Wow, so the last few years have been difficult economically for the Latin American region. While there are some positive signs, many of the countries in this region face difficult economic decisions in the future. Interesting. Oh yeah, CIS nations are dominated by Russia. Wow. Wow, yeah, Putin's got some big infrastructure plans, right? Oh, this is interesting. Yeah, this is what I found. So, earth-moving equipment accounts for over 50% of all construction equipment sold worldwide in unit terms. Isn't that wild? Earth-moving equipment accounts for over 50% of all construction equipment sold worldwide. That's wild, right? Oh, right on. Have you posted something in the Discord about a boat? Because I missed it, or I totally missed it, man. Oh, is it, or did you just post it? I probably missed it. Man, I'm slacking in some areas, like off-highway research. Yeah, I am slacking. Just, you know how it is, right? It's work and family, man. It's the reality of life, right? It's nice when we can kind of escape from that and just hang out right here, eh? So this is nothing to do with construction, but it, you know, except for the fact that you might be working in it longer. So seriously, how long can humans live? They're predicting 150 years is the limit. So, like, look at this. Exactly one person has lived to 119. 7 have reached 117, right? 10 people have lived to 116, and 27 have reached 115. Keep subtracting years, and the number of people who live that long increases. Isn't that crazy? Right? Until we figure out a way to stop aging, there isn't much chance we'll live much longer lives. So, incredible, right? 150 years is the cap. Oh man, this stuff is really, this is art, right? Like, this is classical art. These old, like, iron stained glass inserts, right? I guess they're windows, and it's beautiful. I just think it's really neat. But he's restoring them, right, for this building. We'll show you. Isn't that incredible? So yeah, he's just duplicating it. So he's traced a print, and now he's replicating it. Pretty neat, eh? So in just a thinking, man, you know, just thinking about it, right? Like, construction is not always about, you know, blueprints and being structured and non-artistic, right? Like, there's certain things that are still hands-on. Like, you know, restoration is neat. I've seen a lot of really neat stuff, you know, bricks and rocks, and, you know, this stained glass work is really beautiful, right? It's pretty cool, you know, handcrafted, right? Yeah, it's big time, man. Dudes, this guy is an 83 HD, right? It's got a track and like this four-legged spider type thing, right? It fits on the back of a freaking truck. Like, that's a what? That's a 350? Maybe a 250? I don't know. Brandon, you're the truck guy. What is that? I can't tell. Could be a 350. I don't know. Maybe it's a 250. But look, it packs up right on the back of it. It's pretty cool. You can make some money with a machine like that. But yeah, check this thing out. Right? Full articulating boom. And it's look how skinny it packs up. Right? Track. Pretty neat, man. Pretty neat. Whoop. Pretty cool, eh? Double joystick. But yeah, look at this thing, right? We got lots of, oh, look at that. So different buckets as well, of course, right? But yeah, definitely you could get access to some pretty cool areas, right? Right? Look at this, residential. That's really neat, actually. I could think of some uses for that, right? Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. And then, of course, the Mana 2 MRT 3-in-1 machine, 360 continuous rotation. 360 continuous rotation, capacity of 8,800 pounds to almost 1,600 pounds. Lift height 58 to 103, 103 feet. So you can get 10 stories with this bad boy. That is really cool, guys. This magazine is pretty neat. Yeah, check that out. Isn't that cool? 360, right? So it'll spin right around. Yeah, that's a bad boy for sure. Oh, look at that. So it's got a crane hook. And forks, of course. Man. Neat, eh? This magazine's pretty neat. There's some pretty cool stuff in it. I have to say, Genie makes the best booms. Like, Genie makes my favorite booms. Okay. Ooh, dude, that could be cool for... Yeah, that's cool. I love it. I love it. The boat looks awesome. That would be fun. Nice. Do you like to go fishing? That's nice, man. That'll be fun. And a nice project, right? And a nice project to do. Oh man, look, see the spreader bar? These are big beams, eh? So there's a spreader bar, which is probably not a bad idea when you're lifting a beams like this. I've looked at some big ones. No, I would say maybe not this big. This looks pretty damn big, but I've lifted other beams just with the two slings, right? You love it, eh? Good. Yeah, that'd be perfect. That would be perfect. There's just all these compact spider machines, different machines. Eddie, good morning. How are you? How's everybody doing? Good. Happy Sunday morning, man. Very cool. If anyone wants me to change the tracks, let me know. This is just a plugin I'm trying for like free for 15 days on Streamlabs. It's called Pretzel Rocks. There's different stations, and it's royalty free. So trying it out. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different channels. It's wild. And if it's running smooth, that's better. If you guys aren't getting any like choppy, that means the RAM is working. The RAM is working, which is a good thing, right? We're very well, Eddie. Thank you for asking. We're good. We're you know, there's 3 of those little guys, and then there's Ben, who's older. But yeah, there's never a dull moment. That's for sure. How's your family doing? The pictures of Aubrey were lovely. I swear to God, everybody, like, first glance thought she was a movie star. Right? It's awesome. Hopefully she had a fun night. Yeah, and as usual, just hanging out. I found a bunch of stuff in the news. It's been a while since I've kind of I've updated you guys in the news and gone over what's new out there. And you know, always something. Alright. This here just blows me away, right? This is that Manitou, that lift, right? That zoom boom that articulates like 360, right? Or not articulates, but it rotates. Sorry, 360 rotation, and like look at the booms, right? The boom arms. It's awesome, and you can get them. That'll reach 10 stories. 10 stories. It's incredible. Yeah, spaces get tighter and machines get smaller. Yeah, and higher. The things get higher. Oh, look at that, eh? Right? Yeah, pretty cool, man. There's a lot of axis equipment is access equipment is huge. I might do a stream on that. I wonder what. Nice, very good, Eddie. Live Hair, what a huge company, man. Like, there's no joke here with this equipment. You got flat tops, you know, you got your conventional setup, big haulers, these diggers, you know. Man, oh man, look at all these cranes. They put crawlers, everything, right? They're huge. Yeah, JLG. You know, JLG is not. Yeah, it's just a magazine. I'm just browsing through. It's Lift and Access magazine. Yeah. So, oh yeah, these are I work on these ones all the time. So this is the Skyjack, right? This is actually probably the very first machine I was ever on when I was 15 years old. This is the one, exactly the one that, yeah, I was thrown on, hanging like 8-inch pipe. Cool, eh? Yeah, just browsing through the news. There's lots of different stuff. Just chatting, sharing pictures about, you know, of our projects and stuff like that. And yeah, you know, hanging out. It was a long work week for most of us last week. It feels like it's you know, it seems like it wiped us out, a few of us out. You know what I mean, for the weekend. So we're just chilling. Going over the, you know, the news and construction. At any time anybody wants a link to any of the pages that I'm talking about, let me know. Put them in the chat. I'll put them in the descriptions after, or in the comments after, whatever. Man, I was thinking about, oh yeah, this is neat. So yeah, okay, so we have mini conveyor and systems, like portable conveyors, conveyor rentals, portable ventilators, these little track dumpers, stuff like that, right? For, you know, people who can't use a wheelbarrow, I guess. Generators, but this is the one that caught my attention. This is the Lobo platform system, and I don't know if anyone in here has, you know, worked on a baker scaffolding, if you know what I mean. It's like a, let me see if I can dig that up, show you what I mean by that. Yeah, exactly. So here's the baker scaffold. All right. See, these things are crazy, dudes. Like, I've been on ones like this with outriggers. I've been on ones with double platforms, no guardrails, no outriggers. I've actually fallen through these things twice high. Right? There was no platform on this one, and I fell through and got wrapped up on these two, like they're the yeah, whatever, the braces here. I got wrapped up on these on the way down. I was definitely off work for a while. But like, look at this crazy stuff, right? Anyways, I fucking hate these things. Oh, pardon my, darn it, I did it again. I hate these things. They're dangerous, and I think they're probably the most dangerous part of like our jobs sometimes. They're just very I would say unstable, but they're handy, right? See how, like, they shouldn't have the wheels on them when they're on a stair like that. You should take the wheels out. And when you're like going higher than this, like this, it's best not to have wheels, right? But yeah, it's not very safe, is what I'm saying. And I hate it. And this is what they had us using. It was like this, okay? It was like this, with no wheels, of course, but with a little tiny bar across the one side. Oh no, not a tiny bar, just another brace across the one side. And this is what they had us up on, hanging 20, or almost, yeah, 19, it was 19 stories up on the side of a building, right at the slab edge. Literally, like 4 to 6 inches away from the slab edge were the feet of this baker, right? And these platforms come off, right? They're not the safest thing in the world, that's for sure. So, anyways, this is why this system caught my attention. It's like a tube and clamp system, but you know, it's just even a tube and clamp system of some sort would be better than what we use. But look at how stable these are, right? Like the feed it's a different system, right? It's like tube and clamp, but the standards are different, right? You can have different widths, you know, like single plank. Like look at this, like it looks safe, right? Like you could set something like this up. It's lightweight. You could drag it across the slab edge, and look, you got full access right there. You're tied off. Everything's safe, right? Like, yeah, it's just crazy. Look how you see inside the pipe. Customizable, right? Right, up and over. I like it, right? On wheels. Like, wouldn't you rather have one long run to work on rather than having just like to move over? Like a lot of job sites now, you don't even like, you can't even roll the baker scaffolding. It's so dangerous that safety doesn't want you. You have to come down, unlock your wheels, and push it to the next spot. Climb back up. You know, lock your wheels off, climb back up, and work. Right? You can't move on it while the wheels are operational. This you could, right? Or if not, you got a longer run to work on. You know what I mean? Like, sure, I guess you could set up baker to baker to baker to baker, but the things aren't stable, right? They're awful. I think putting a little bit of money into safety and things like this would get you, would make you more money. I've always been on the side of banning bakers. I've always been on that side. I've always said there's a better way. There's a better way, and you know what? It might cost a little bit more money up front, but in the long run, it's gonna save you a lot of money. It's automated. It's just so much safer, right? It's a nicer system. Right? Like, it's definitely in a theater. Yeah, theaters are crazy too, dude. I remember going to the front of house, like when the theater I worked on. Okay, so the front of house lighting rack at the front of house, you would have to put it was an extension ladder, wedge it into the chairs, and put it up to the lighting bar. Right, climb up, and you know, change the lights or the gels or aim them or whatever, right? Like it was terrifying. It was like, oh man, I would say at least 30 feet up there. This is crazy. It felt like 30 feet back then, but yeah, it was a dangerous climb. But right, theaters, yeah, theaters are tight places, right? Permanents, right? But neat, eh? I thought that was neat because this is not safe, right? They're pretty dangerous. In stairwells, you know, they're pretty handy in stairwells, but even real scaffolding, like we set up big scaffolds where we've been able to do the whole stairwell from top down, right? So, you know, it's just a matter of how hard you want to work and stuff too, right? But safety is, you know, safety is nothing to be compromised. Oh, guys. Oh, man. These guys here, pretty neat. But let's see what this is about. So, green engineering innovations are changing the construction industry so fast, building codes are having a hard time keeping up. So, this is something I've talked about quite a bit. You know, with all the change in technology, new things coming out, the codes, you know, the specifications, all these things need to be updated and change. Like it's a legal thing. There's documents. There's all this stuff that needs to be reprinted or reformatted, and the process, right? And to top it all off, there's legislation too, right? Like, yeah, that's why things take so long adopting to construction, right? So let's check this out here. Green engineering innovations are changing the construction industry so fast. Building codes are having a hard time keeping up. Alright. So, okay, so these guys are an association of architects, contractors, and others committed to sustainability. A lot of times there are barriers in the building codes because the codes don't necessarily anticipate all the innovation that's happening. Yeah, that's true. So the Guild is helping by building a database of green building case studies to serve as a resource for officials, the industry, and the public. And University of Washington, Bothell, mechanical engineering students are contributing case studies through a course called Citizen Engineer. Carlos, eh? Good morning. Happy Sunday, Carlos. How are you and yours doing? Nice to see you, my man. Hey, Carlos. Nice. Love it. So, Citizen Engineer is a community-based learning and research course taught by the Ayman Alumi Hanachi. Okay. That's almost like the Illuminati. So anyways, the database is one step ahead of defining the things we need to keep in mind when we would like to get certification in green design. We need to be mindful of the differences in the impacts of the technology that's developed and its costs. So, interesting. This was a second year mechanical engineering seniors added case studies. So that's neat, right? So what's going on here is these guys are building a database of different green building products and building the case studies, right? So it's going to cover product, it's going to cover process, it's going to cover a lot of as-built information. Okay, this guy and his wife here built a house for $215,000. Okay, and they are getting checks from the power grid for $500 a month, maybe, or something. How is this thing? So the solar panels, all this stuff, right? But this is a net zero house, so they're getting paid by the electrical company, right? They're selling power back. Isn't that insane, right? So think about that for a second, right? If you were to suddenly turn it around, what do you think is going to happen, right? Like, when we all start having net zero homes and being the contributors to the power system instead of the takers, man, that could be some ground, like, amazing. That could be just think about that, right? Think about that for a second. When our buildings and our houses and all that generate enough power to give back some, and that's pretty insane, right? But this is good. I like this stuff. We need to keep on it. We need to keep the codes pushing for to change, right? We need to get the paperwork done. We need to get things into testing. We need all these things, right? No doubt, Amos, right? Amos, man, oh man, that's been a dream of mine since I was a teenager, was to be able to do that. You know, wind power and solar power. Those are the two things I want to try to, I want to implement, right? Wind and solar. Two natural sources of energy, right? Why not try to absorb it, and use it? You know what I mean? It's insane. Okay, we have the ENR Southwest. So, Southwest Pulse. This is the construction projects for March 2019. This is project news from Dodge Data and Analytics. So, in planning, Arizona, the Mayo Clinic, wow, is in the planning stage for a $648 million design bid build expansion project in Phoenix. Dubbed Arizona Forward, the project will add 1.4 million square feet of building space. Among other elements, the project is expected to include a 6-story patient tower that will increase the number of patient beds from 280 to 374 by 2023. Incredible, man. That's a big deal, right? 648 million, sorry. Design, bid, build, too, right? Amazing. Arizona State University planning phase for a $63.5 million academic building at the downtown Phoenix campus. 5 stories and serves 750 students and 40 faculty. Pretty neat, eh? Arizona Department of Transportation and City of Kingman. So 40 overpass, Interstate 40 overpass. Oh wow, for another 25 million. And wow. City of North Las Vegas, Nevada. Oh god, 140 acre, I don't understand what the feet is, but detention basin. So this project consists of the design and construction of the detention basin, spillway, and outfall. Alright. In bidding, wow. So schools, all kinds of school stuff, yeah. Man, oh man, Arizona. There's some big money work coming into that area. Yeah. I guess. I mean, I'm sure it does, but I was thinking I know you can get like recycled parts, to you know, like to you know what I mean. You can get like different parts and make it kind of cheaper. The only thing you need to do if you're running solar power is get the panels, but the converter. So what do you need? You need somewhere to store the power, something to convert it, something, you know. So you can use like old airplane batteries, like dry cells, the big D dry cells. You know, the old airplane batteries. You can use different things, right? So to bring that cost down. This is an interesting, this is just interesting, I found. So the construction industry will run out of workforce if all European workers leave the country, right? So a lot of people from Europe are coming here. Like, we have a lot of guys from all across Europe working here in Edmonton. So I don't know what that's about, right? Oh, look at this. Somebody burnt down a construction site. Yeah, of course, right? Brexit, whatever. The I-440 heavy construction activity to begin March 1st, so it's already started. $152 million project was awarded to Kiewit Infrastructure, South Route, right? So, you know, Kiewit, massive company, right? And it's, yeah, it's crazy. It's a crazy huge company. 152 million. So it's going to be completed in August 2020. Wow. So we'll be rubblizing the existing deteriorated concrete and using the material in the new asphalt roadway.
Interstate 440 reconstruction is underway. It's going to get worse before it gets better. Long-term lane closures begin March 1st. Barrels and concrete barriers will reduce the number of travel lanes starting west of I-65 and then extending throughout the 7.6-mile corridor. Lane closures will be in place in both directions for the
reason why this
is
interesting is because we did the same
crews will
thing
work to remove the median,
in
relocate
Edmonton.
the lighting, and break up the concrete on the inside lanes before shifting work
Not
to the
that
outside
part,
lanes.
but that's neat
During
though.
the day, at least
Pause. Stupid thing.
lanes will remain
So anyways,
open in
we
each
did it
direction.
around,
At
right
night,
around.
At least one lane
It's called
will
the ring
remain
road,
open in
right?
each
And it
direction.
started like this,
Additional
right?
lane closures may
And then
also be
it'll
necessary
go
on
all the way
I-40,
around.
I-65,
It's really,
and
really neat, the
I-24
highways.
as crews move to different parts of
Like
the project.
these rounded
With the
highways, like
ongoing
the one
work,
we built here, the
heavy
Henday,
congestion and
is
backups
amazing.
are expected,
It takes you
especially
everywhere,
at entrance and
right?
exit
And
ramps. Motorists
can
are
literally
urged to
drive
plan
around it
ahead
and around
obey
it.
the reduced speed limit or
It's
seek
insane.
alternate routes.
It's a lot of work, and
The lane closures are long-term, but necessary.
and it's pretty cool. So this I would suggest would be the beginning of it for that, right? So those ring roads, anyone else building them in their cities or around, like they're pretty cool. Like it took them like, God, I think the whole project like 10 years maybe. I don't know. It was a long time. They were working on it when I moved here, and they've just finished it like maybe 2 years ago, right? So yeah, at least 10 years to do it, right? But that was also what's called a new, like a P3 car, like an IPD. Like, well, I'm on 2 IPD jobs right now. It's just interesting, but it's like P3 IPD. So everyone's a partner in the projects, right? So everyone's profit will share, like, you know, will earn profit, right? It's like a profit sharing type of project, and so everyone participates and helps each other instead of working against each other and stuff like that, right? It's really neat. You got to change your mindset, right? Like you can't just you can't just be like you used to be, you know, like, oh, I'm waiting for that guy to finish till I can do this or whatever. No, you kind of jump in there and help him finish his stuff so you can get going on yours, right? Which is really, really neat. I think that's a big step forward for construction, and owners, I have a feeling, will be using it a lot more, because I'll tell you that things get done on those jobs a lot quicker than the traditional design, bid, build and contract management and stuff like that, those old school ways. I think IPD is going to be a solution, and it's really awesome. It's almost the last attempt to like beat out modular design, like modular like construction and things like that, right? Like this is like the last kind of effort. Like honestly, if this doesn't work and the BIM doesn't improve, that's, you know, they need to do work on this stuff, like this integrated project delivery, right? And they need to integrate the BIM, the software, and the planning has to get a lot better, right? So it's gonna be awesome. Oh my goodness, what's in the CT Construction Digest? This is on from the 21st. Bridgeport to rebid sidewalk contractor over FBI probe. So Bridgeport, the city has halted a 2-year-old sidewalk repair program to review and rebid the contract awarded to a company recently named in a federal subpoena. Okay, interesting, of course, right? DOT pushes Wallingford Bridge completion date to 2022. Bill allows EW casino. Yeah, casinos, right? Oh, the Spurs Stadium is to open up next month. There's one for Neil, but he's not here yet. So the new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium will open next month. There were some delays on that project, right? So yeah, they where do they have to score? So Spurs versus Arsenal moves to Wembley as stadium date slips again, right? The bad thing about that is when the contract slips like that and there's delays, you know, there's something called liquidated damages, and the contractors sometimes have to pay for that, right? I'm not so sure if I'm a huge fan of the music. I mean, some of it's been okay. Let's try, this is the chill station. Let's see if the chill station is any good. But yeah, I'm not overly sold on the music. I don't know. What do you guys think? Arsenal, baby. Yeah, right, Amos? Yeah, I like Arsenal, too. That's awesome. Oh, look at this, eh? So National Guard is going to have a training center. Is this NOAM Science Bill for Guard Readiness Center, right? So, Pierre, South Dakota, the South Dakota National Guard's new Readiness Center at Regional Airport is all but a done deal. So, $19 million in state and federal funds to build the facility, but it'll train, so 58,000 square foot facility. Where did it say how many? I don't know. It was like 1,000 of them or something like that. But there we go. South Halliburton. Not high, huge. Yeah, right on. Yeah, Arsenal is. I love the Premier League. I love that stuff. I do miss. I don't get to watch a lot of soccer anymore, but when World Cup or Euro Cup comes around, I'm trying to watch it. I used to take that whole month off of work to watch it, right? But now I can't do that because I got kids to support. So I gotta like use the PVR, and luckily, if I can watch like, you know, some of the games, I'm laughing. Halliburton is a company that my wife's dad used to work for, actually. They're building, this is interesting because they're building a chemical processing plant facility, right? So let me read this real quick here. Halliburton started construction of a chemical plant in the Jubail chemical complex in Saudi Arabia that will produce chemicals needed by Saudi, Aramco, right? I can never say that one. And String Bean, Mr. Richard Garner, how are you? Happy Sunday morning. Nice to see you. How's everything in your neck of the woods there, my good man? Yeah, see, I'm not so sure I like this station that much either. Oh, this is Retro Video Game Channel. Neat. So yeah, so chemical plant contributing to Saudi Arabia's efforts to expand downstream operations. So a new facility expected to be operational by the end of 2020 will be the first specialty oil fields chemicals manufacturing reaction plant in Saudi Arabia. So that's interesting, right? So these types of projects will transform Saudi Arabia from being an importer of specialty projects to an exporter, said Saudi Aramco Senior Vice President of Upstream. So, interesting, right? As the kingdom continues to expand and diversify its economy in line with Saudi Vision 2030, it is projects like this that brings the vision to reality. So, yeah. Right? Saudi, I just hear a lot of things like that Saudi Arabia has a lot to do with their oil and gas, right? And the prices. So, you know. Okay, here's the rock channel. We'll see if this is any good, because honestly, I'm not overly sold on the music, but it is kind of neat to have. It's a good idea to have royalty-free music, though, right? Like stuff you can play. You pay a fee, a monthly fee. Like even like I wish Spotify would just jump on board with live streaming, man. Like why don't we pay a fee, get a Spotify plugin on YouTube, and you know, like we already pay a monthly fee for it. So why don't we pay a little bit extra so the artists can get extra when we live stream? You know what I mean? Like I don't care paying. I would pay double what I'm paying now for that. If I could live stream using stuff from Spotify, I would pay double what I'm paying now for that. That would be, yeah, without a doubt, right? Look at this, American firms approved to work on 6 Saudi Arabia nuclear projects. Construction sector contributed 14.5% to Dubai's GDP in 2018. Wow. Oh my god, the road to gender equality Oh, no. Yeah, this is the road to gender equality in Middle East construction. Yeah, like that's still a problem everywhere, actually. I would say. I mean, it's getting a lot better here. I mean, especially the job I'm on, or one of the jobs I'm on. There's a lot of women on it, so this is unusual. But it's a downtown job. Downtown jobs, I guess, are kind of like that. They're the more progressive ones, honestly, right? So yeah, it's neat. 9 million Saudi Arabia water desalination contracts. Wow, eh? That's huge, actually, right? This guy here. Look at this guy here. Construction Week, published March 20th, 2019. This guy's talking about what he thinks is the top 10 pieces of tech in construction. I don't know. Let's see if we can agree with him, guys. I'm not so sure if I like the music.
Senior
honestly.
reporter at Construction Week, and today I want to turn to the future, to the construction technologies that are changing the way builders approach, design, manage projects, not only in the GCC but across the world. While construction has lagged behind when it comes to the adoption of new technologies, the sector has, over the last few years, appeared more responsive to the new tools and technologies that global industries can share with the building industry, not only to boost efficiencies and quality, but to improve site health and safety as well. Let's kick things off with augmented and virtual reality, two technologies that have long captured the world's imagination. Indeed, as buildings become increasingly complex against a backdrop of tighter margins, both technologies can help detect design and coordination errors.
Definitely.
Artificial intelligence 2, a technology that conjures up ominous storylines from Hollywood films like The Terminator, is now also on the construction
There's nothing such thing as artificial intelligence, but augmented intelligence,
does not strictly
deep
apply
machine
to the use
learning,
of robots, however.
Definitely,
it refers to algorithms that have the potential to optimize project schedules and
Good morning,
planning,
Steffi. How are you?
improve risk forecasting and management,
Happy
image
Sunday.
recognition,
Shout out
machine learning,
Lindsay.
and reinforcement learning, the latter of which can be used to conduct trial and error studies without risks. Turning our attention to the skies is drones.
Oh, I would never have thought drones.
That needs little introduction. Known also as unmanned aerial vehicles, drones are already
Mr. Michael Daniels, good morning.
To reduce
Happy
labor
Sunday.
and time in providing
How are you
accurate
doing
surveys,
today, my man?
eliminating much of the human error involved in the process. In the UAE, the Abu Dhabi municipality has already rolled out a pilot scheme for the use of drones for monitoring engineering work on construction sites.
Oh, Duckstream or something.
3D printing too is one topic myself and the construction team consistently enjoy covering. Indeed, very few technologies have the disruptive power that 3D printing has in the global construction sector, promising lower costs, improved sustainability credentials, and the ability to create more flexible designs. The relatively new technology has virtually unlimited scope for growth worldwide. Take a look at the figures. According to a 2018 Markets and Markets report, the 3D concrete printing market was valued at $0.3 million in 2017, but is projected to reach $1.48 billion by 2023, a compound annual growth rate of 317%.
Yep.
In a similar vein to 3D printing, the field of modular construction has come a long way in the past few years. With its promise of consistent quality with faster construction times, the tech can produce buildings that can match their traditionally built counterparts.
Here. I gotta check that
Indeed, prefabrication has already been used on some of the UAE's most impressive projects, including Dubai Mall and Dubai Opera. In December last year, a precast house was built in 2 days as the Saudi Arabian government steps up efforts to accelerate innovation and increase home ownership in the kingdom. Modular concrete was used by a local company to build the one-story property in the kingdom's capital, Riyadh. These are just some of the technologies that I feel in particular are worth noting. However, by no means are they the limit. Construction Week has compiled a list in non-ranking order of the top 10 construction technology trends of 2019. You can find this complete list in the description box just down below. You've been watching Construction Week in Focus. We now publish new videos every Sunday and Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, including those from our sister titles, you can click the subscribe button just down below or visit our YouTube channel Construction Week for more great videos.
Yay! Cool. So yeah, a lot of the stuff on their list there, yeah, it was just stuff we've talked about quite a bit. So it's kind of neat to just get kind of a check to see that we're definitely on the right track, right? So the future is going to be pretty interesting. A lot of things are going to change in construction. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, I will. Is that Cop Tool? Yeah, it's pretty cool, eh? Yeah, Michael, StreamYard is a new product, right? Like, is it a new product or just one that you just recently found type thing? But yeah, so we could definitely check out interesting. Yeah, right on. I got it also pulled up on my other browser here. Oh, look at this. The Lufkin Crescent Lufkin Shock Force 25 foot. That's got like the Black Widow type end on it almost, right? That's why you like it, the truck. Yeah, it was black, like the Black Widow. Does it have a tape on both sides, top and bottom? Oh, absolutely, Michael. You're not poaching anything. Absolutely. No way. I have StreamYard beta pulled up on my other window here. I do like that grip, right? It's handy for sure. As long as I can cut drywall with it, that's what I look for, right? Oh my, yeah. 100-foot drop down. That's handy. I like the Crescent, man. Crescent. Whoa. It has a hole so you can draw a circle with it. Hold on here. What was that? I have to go back to that. Look at that. You just put a nail in it and draw a circle. Oh, yeah, dude. Speaking of that, actually, maybe that'll be one of the things we're going to do for the bag for year 2. There's actually 2 names on the list now, too. I gotta start keeping track, and we gotta get it. I have to get it in the Discord. Let me just make a double check here. Oh, right. I thought it was you, Brandon. Yeah. So Brandon and David Bryant are on the list for year 2 giveaway. And like I said, you got to be nominated, and that's the only way we're gonna pick from a list of nominated people. And yeah, it has nothing to do with anything except for the just year 2 celebration. So I'm gonna put the names right now in the list. Where the bum here it is. Okay, so yeah, so I'll put that in the giveaways channel, and I'll make it neater before. Nominated by Amos is Brandon. And then I nominated David Bryant. So, nominated So there, it's in the Discord under giveaways channel, and yeah, the Crescent Lovekin Shock Force. So I gotta make a neat of that, because last year's was the Black Widow, right? I don't know why I keep losing my pen. Oh, Doug, yeah, Doug is cool. I've known Doug for a long time now, over a year now, probably. We met obviously on Creator Fundamentals stream, and yeah, now Doug and I are like the only two we're like the two moderators that show up almost every week, right, to Dan's stream. Doug's always there, and like, I'm glad, because I try to moderate as much as I can, but like the girls are like, it's the kids, man. It's the kids. Until they're asleep, I have a really hard time doing anything, right? Like, you know, but yeah, this week I was on his stream and it was awful because you know what? Let me copy this link so I can put it in the giveaways channel, and I don't forget. Yeah, okay, there we go. So yeah, like I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, right? This week. They were just going all bonkers, right? Does he, eh? David does? Nice, yeah. That's cool. Yeah, I think I haven't seen a lot of posts from David in a while. I think I have been in the past though. Okay, so build out would allow temporary visas for construction workers, eh? That ties back into oh, that's a good idea, String Bean. Richard, that's a good idea. Oatmeal. Oh, I'm gonna do that. That's what I'm gonna do. I need to start eating oatmeal. Like, I want to try to eat it every morning before work, right? That's my goal. That's my next goal. My major goal is to start eating oatmeal every morning. So, oh yeah, I heard. Sorry, Steph, I didn't forget about you. I heard it snowed down there yesterday, so that's crazy, man. No, please don't snow here. So LA development booming, right? Luxury residential projects lead a building spree that has 4 million square feet of new commercial construction, remaking the city's downtown. Sorry, 4 million square feet. Jeez, man. 3 recent developments in constructuring. By adapting manufacturing's efficiency models to building processes, these initiatives are expanding off-site construction to more exceedingly complex projects. Yeah, right? It's true. So, by the numbers, women in construction, there's a growing effort to recruit more women to fill workforce gaps, but their representation in the industry hovers around 10%, with only 3.5% of that in the trades. And it's crazy, right? It being such a male-dominated industry, it is full of stupidity. How these women are raising the bar on diversity in construction. Yeah. Oh, I'm eating yogurt. That was my first thing. Eating one yogurt a day. I'm doing that. My goal is to eat a piece of fruit at least, which I do every day anyways, but a piece of fruit, a yogurt, and water, more water, and oatmeal. And low-hanging fruit, right? To get the most out of drones, start with low-hanging fruit. So thanks to a maturing drone market, contractors of all sizes can capture value through progress tracking, safety inspections, and more, while holding subs accountable. So yeah, right? Look at this, construction fatalities up in New York State. down in New York City. So while the rate of job site deaths across the state increased 39% between 2013 and 2017. So this is what I'm telling you guys. Yes, you too, Steffi. You have an excellent day. Thank you for coming. Yeah, of course. Unbury my driveway. Oh, you guys got that much snow? Holy cow, I didn't really. Oh, geez, that's amazing. That's a lot. Guys, this is the saddest thing about construction today. Like, this is the reality that, you know, the death rate is rising, guys. It's rising. Okay, yeah, Scully, yeah, buddy. Yeah, thanks for popping in and saying hi. Have a fun stream over at D's. I'll be back with them next Saturday when Nick's back, and Nick and D on Saturday mornings. I'll be there. Yeah, I can't wait for that to get back going because I like those Saturday mornings. I wish I was in New Orleans. Yeah, right. Oh man. So this is a reality, okay? The deaths are going up in construction, and the reason why the deaths are going up in construction is because the whole construction economy is broken, and it's because of the mixed the mixed numbers. They you know, with modular building, and you know, like the modular offsite building, there's the different kinds of contracts, like there's a lot of things that are forcing people to drop their margins and try to skimp on every way they can now and rush the guys. So the safety is something that they don't take seriously enough, and they don't put enough money into it. They do the bare minimum almost, right? Like it's crazy, right? And all it is like, it's not like they're doing anything spectacular. They're like covering their asses legally. And the thing is like the companies that have the most safety are just covering their own butts the best, right? Then the guys who are like, you know, not are, you know, opening themselves up to, you know, being sued or going to jail, right? And they're taking a risk. So it's bad. Like, look at this, up 39% between 2013 and 2017, okay? And 2018, it was up again. I could get I had the actual numbers. We talked about it too. I just was in a safety course too, and we were talking about this, right? But the 39%, man, it should be like getting better, right? With all the safety stuff, right? It's crazy. The numbers are like staggering. Like there was like 8 people who died in like say 2011, and there was like 180 like last year, right? So type thing in Canada, right? It's crazy. Everybody's heard of an accident, right? Like, and until it becomes, you know, like till you're faced with it face to face, you know, and hopefully you're not the guy who bites the you know, the bullet, right? Because I'm telling you, there's a lot of shit that these guys are doing. They don't realize, like, if things go south, they're gonna get messed up bad. And I try not to, I don't really do that kind of stuff anymore. You know what I mean? I don't put myself into situations that will compromise my health or, you know, in any way, right? There's just no way. Like, even if you're tied off, guys, right? You fall, and you're still gonna fall somewhere, right? Like if you're on the edge of a building, you're 19 stories up, you're tied off, but you got like still at least 4 to 6 feet you're gonna fall. Okay, you only got a 50-50 chance of surviving. Okay, if you fall for more than 10 feet, you got a 20% chance of survival. Okay, thinking about that for a second. If you fall from 10 feet, you have a 20% chance of surviving. Right, and a lot of times, man, you gotta think you're lanyard up and shit and all that. Yeah, but how many guys use it properly? How possible is it to use it like 100% correctly? Right, like it will be your last line of defense. PPE is your last line of defense. Okay, and if you're relying on that to save you, then you know what, your chances of survival, in my opinion, are 50-50. Okay, so you want to take those risks? Go ahead, man. But you can count this kid out. Like, I don't mind working on lifts and things that are safe and engineered. I have no problem. But, or say working on a Baker scaffolding, 19 stories up, tied off, like literally your last line of defense, your only line of defense is your PPE. You got 50% chance of surviving that situation. So that's not a high enough statistic for me, or you know what I mean? It's not good enough. I'm not playing this whole video. I just thought this is crazy, guys. Check this out.
Pulling out of big construction projects, and some engineers are considering taking
Let me just go back.
big construction projects, and some engineers are considering taking their skills elsewhere as armed gangs violently disrupt construction projects. The so-called construction mafia wants jobs and a 30% stake in building contracts in the name of radical economic transformation. The violence and intimidation has led to some major projects in the Eastern and Western Cape being abandoned. Worried stakeholders have now written to President Cyril Ramaphosa asking for urgent government intervention. Can there be any justification for the violent demand for jobs and contracts? Tonight, we talk to Konkle Simelane, the Vice President of the South African Council for the Project and Construction Management Professions.
Oh, Michael, that's awesome.
And we also have
2
Robert
feet.
Ivela, the Secretary General of the Federation for Radical Economic Transformation,
the chances,
whose
if you
members
trip,
are allegedly
the chances of survival are
involved
still
in the violence.
It's crazy.
Gentlemen, good evening and welcome to you. Mr. Konkle Simelane, are these allegations true?
Good evening, Tim. Good evening, Mr. Ndlela. Thank you for the opportunity, Tim. I think you would have seen over the last, week and a half, there has been sufficient coverage of
for 30%
by the media
control
of all
of
the
projects
incidents of violence and disruptions on construction sites that have been reported. Yes, we're not aware of the exact number, but
something's going on. This is like, so ENCA, investors are pulling out of big construction projects, and some engineers are considering taking their skills elsewhere as armed gangs violently disrupt construction projects. It's gotta, like, I saw Mozambique there, so, isn't that insane? Like, could you imagine? How like terrifying would that be? It's probably something to do with the companies bringing in like foreign workers, right? Big companies like Kiewit and all them coming in, and Halliburton and things like that, right? Coming in and bringing in their own personnel to do all the big contracts in a place where people are starving, right? Like, this is the direct result, of what can happen. That's why we try to put a policy in, like, if we're working near someone else's territory or in someone else's territory, even when we do jobs like out of town, we incorporate a certain percentage of workers, local workers, into the projects. Okay. And while they're there, we train them. You know what I mean? So they're getting an education, they're getting work, they're getting paid, everybody's happy, right? Things are awesome. But when you move in and you just, you're taking all the money out of the country or whatever, right? You know what I mean? Like, bad things can happen, right? You gotta think about that, right? When you're doing work in foreign countries or even in different towns or whatever. Even when we work like on the reserves, for example, right? You're hiring so many people from the reserve, and the band, like the band themselves, they make it a point to put it in every single contract. So you have to hire so many of us to work on the project. This is why something I liked. I saw something on this project that I really, really wanted to point out. It's what I've been seeing a lot lately, especially with the LRT, the light rail transit system, the expansion here in Edmonton. It's another 12-minute video. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but I'll point it out.
All right, you guys. Hello. Today is March 9th, 2019. We're back at the Raider Stadium construction. Let's take a look and blah. Can't even talk today. Let's take a look and see what's going on. Let's go.
So, look at all the offices, right? These are all the site trailers. They got dirt on site, so they're moving. They got stockpile of the dirt, right?
All right, here we go.
Which is
like it says, March
good,
9th,
right? But this is right here. This is a cement concrete factory, I think. Right? Look at all the trucks.
Breezy day here in
got
Vegas.
the trucks They set up a concrete factory right here on site, guys. Like, this is a portable concrete factory. Look at the wheels and everything like that.
Seems to be moving right along. All right.
All right,
Once
so
again, we're on this, what road is this?
the modular design,
We're on
offsite
Russell right
construction,
now, which is the
you know,
south
like
end
we
of the
we
stadium.
can prefabricate
hanging
a lot
right
of stuff
on
on site
Polaris.
as well, right? Which we do now, right? We're prefabricating it
usual,
right there on
there
site
is some
and
road work ahead. All right,
installing it right there. There's no transportation. There's nothing, right? So for lead projects, it's better to build it on site. But look at the stock, right? They got all this land, which will probably be parking, right, and other stuff, and you know. But as they build the big part, they can scale back, right? But it's a huge project. Yeah, they got a long way to go. Yeah, for sure, eh?
Not much
But
at
look
this
at
end of the
look at
stadium.
the stuff, like
Property.
all
But,
the
oh, well.
trailers, and
So it's
they
what's
they
happening,
got
yeah?
the concrete
right.
factory right there, right, with like
We're over here,
8
see if it's in the
trucks.
street or in the street.
Vince,
Something,
good
not
morning,
sure what it
Vince.
is.
What's up, bruh?
So here we go.
What's up, man? How's it going? Good morning. Happy Sunday. Got your one of your merch shirt on, and
One
look, I got
thing new I noticed
VCG.
today
Look,
is
1, 2, 3,
the,
4. So representing
pit.
VCG this morning.
Check it out. If I can get it right.
Yeah, absolutely it does. And wow, look at the
See
pit.
this? See my shadow right there? Check it out. See my shadow? All right. So this pit was not here last month when I was here, but I guess
Ouch.
it's going to be something.
Sorry about that.
I am not sure what. But hey,
Right? So
it looks like progress.
what do you think they'd be adding a transit, like a
back end
train
over- this is
train
where the,
station, like a
wheels,
train,
I
like
believe,
a rail
slide
system in
out.
here, underground parking and
The
train,
real grass
like
will slide out
underground
to
parking and
sunshine every
stuff or
now
something?
and
That would be
then. Helps it
crazy.
grow faster.
But they definitely got
Stay
plans
healthy.
for this area. Like, there's a
Nice.
lot going to be happening. Nobody just builds a stadium in the middle of nowhere without building other stuff, right? There'll be residential,
All right.
residential units, commercial, all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, where are the athletes going to live, right?
right,
Then
check it out. Wait,
that's what we did down here in Edmonton when they built the new hockey arena, right? The stadium downtown. They got the Marriott now, the Stantec building right next door, 66 stories. They got
Good of you,
the
I think, yeah.
museum right beside it now. They got all this stuff, right? It's being built down there, and it's crazy. Like a bunch of the hockey players are got units in the Marriott, right, in the residential units on the top floors, and the owner Daryl Cates has the penthouse, the top, like you should see it, man. It's insane. Like, it's a massive penthouse on the top of this building. It's incredible.
Let's see.
Look at the
Those- I
cranes they
recall
got,
if those
guys. Like
girders were there
1,
last
2,
time, the gap.
3,
not
4, 5.
We'll have to go
Yeah,
to
I think
tape.
there's 6,
All right.
7, 8, 9, 9 cranes, right? I have to go back and watch the replay of that one.
So how you doing?
I did one of the bits break, Vince? Is that true? I'm just curious. Like, I'm wondering, because I think that when the 1-inch ones come out, I'm gonna grab them. I'm definitely gonna grab some and test them out, because I even if they last longer, you know what I mean?
You know, it still
Even
freaks
if
me out
even
how
if
close it
they
is to the freeway,
even if
how
they
close
last
it is to
longer,
the, Delano
you
and
know,
the,
then the
Mandalay Bay.
Dewalt's, like most I've gotten out of a Dewalt bit is
Easy
2 weeks,
walking
which is
there.
really
Just 12
really
minutes,
good.
as I showed on
So
my video
if
earlier.
it could beat 2 weeks,
on
I'm
my
happy
earlier video.
with just that, right? As long as it's not $1 million for the bits, right? But yeah, look at the iron. Yeah, that's a lot of iron work, right? Like, oh, are they, Brandon? Well, wasn't Las Vegas like a really hurting place for a while? Like the housing market crashed or something too. It was like really cheap to buy houses. I don't know how long ago. It could have been a long time ago. But yeah, this is incredible. Yeah, they're definitely not just building a stadium there though, guys. Like they're going to be building. There's going to be condos all around there now. All kinds of stuff. They'll be building there for decades. Yeah, that's how it goes, right? Whoa, look at this thing here, man. Boom, boom, boom. That's crazy. So they got it down because it's obviously the weekend, no one's working, right? So they got it down. That must be what that means, but that's incredible. But yeah,
We're on
all the
Hacienda right
rebar. Miles of rebar, yeah. These guys will be tying rebar for a year straight. probably more. But no, that's neat. That's a neat project. This tower now, okay, so this is the Jeddah Tower. It's gonna be it's gonna be the one. I think it's gonna be the tallest building in the world when it's finished. But look at this, right? Like, boom! Look at the middle of the desert, in the middle of nowhere, eh? So yeah, so it's gonna be the city around it. You know what I mean? The UNLV, eh? Oh, wow, that'd be amazing, Brandon. That would be amazing. Yeah. Oh yeah. Ah, it's still stopped. This is crazy. If it will be canceled, it will continue or small construction movement has been seen around the tower. Wow, that's crazy how it's dead stopped like that, eh? Look at all the equipment there and everything. So they haven't worked on the tower in a year, right? To Los Angeles. Yeah, look at all these cranes and look at, oh my goodness. October 16th, 2018. Yeah, if it was canceled, the cranes would be removed, right? So it'll be starting within the next 6 months, eh? Be finished in March. Oh, so infrastructure work is ongoing and will be finished in March 2019. So in August should resume the construction. Ooh, okay, we'll have to check on that, right? Yeah, the Jeddah Tower. That's gonna be like, oh, I can't remember how many 100 stories or whatever like that. It's going to be huge, right? This is kind of interesting, right? It's true, right? Because we all know we love our mothers and our grandmothers and stuff like that, right? Our school teachers in school were, probably mostly women. But the hidden women of architecture and design, right? Do you think that's the case, Brandon? Poorly planned, eh? They just I wonder what contract and things they're running under that, right? Like, I could do probably a whole stream just on that Jeddah Tower, right? Yeah, it definitely probably could. This is neat. So Lady Allen of Hurtwood, who popularized junk playgrounds across Europe and the US, inspects a model of a children's nursery at the Royal Institute of British Architects in London, 1941. So in the 1950s, the designers and developers of Detroit's Lafayette Park believed that they had thought of everything to make city living as attractive as any suburb. Marquee architect from Chicago, Ludwig Mies van der Rohe, had created an array of housing options, rental and cooperative, in modernist slab towers, bars of attached townhouses, and rows of low courtyard houses. The sharp-edged volumes were all bound together by landscaped greens and a large public park romantically named the Plaisance, designed by Alfred Caldwell. The location was minutes from downtown. There was an adjacent shopping center, but when the first urban pioneers began moving in, the ground had not yet been broken for the promised Chrysler Elementary School. So basically what this article says is that the women who designed what they teach us in school, right? Like when we're in kindergarten, for example, the blocks, the building blocks and all that kind of stuff was designed by women, right? And they're the ones who first kind of, sparked this massive architectural change. And you know what I mean, by teaching us, the men, like the young men, right? And inspiring construction, right? And creative thinking. So, you know what I mean? It's just neat to think about that, right? So the influence of women have had on construction goes way back before we really understand, right? So I thought it was a cute article. So much abandoned. Yeah, and there is a massive project here in Edmonton called Century Park, and it was a Chinese funded project, and it was massive. There was plans for all these towers and all this stuff. It was like going to be like a community within a community. It was a massive concept. Same thing, right? They got like some of the buildings built and dead stopped, and for years even some of the buildings just laid empty, like halfway built in concrete, right? They're building in there again, but who knows if it's the same scale as what they originally planned. But it would be interesting to see. So something happened politically, or something with trade, or raw materials and gas and all this different stuff, and the investors pulled away. So yeah, it's crazy, right? So we're looking for probably new investors, or who knows what the deal is. But that's kind of crazy, that the see projects go south like that, right? ThermoSeal, insulation of the future. High performance spray foams, pour forms, roof foams, and coatings. Superior spray foam insulation for homes, commercial, and industrial buildings. Yeah, it's spray foam. It's not that special. So these are neat. I like these for the for your air conditioning units, right? The nice clean penetration, right? For nice clean. I like these. This is the AirX by AirX. So AirX Pro System Kit. And so yeah, the AirX Pro System Kit is a 2-in-1 system used to seal HVAC refrigerant lines when penetrating through exterior walls from air leakage, and to protect insulation around the same refrigerant lines from outdoor weather and or physical damage. So I like it. I think it's nice, clean, like a nice clean penetration. It looks neat, right? Look at that, nicely installed. Nice and clean, nicely insulated. Right, commercial as well, commercial applications as well. Oh, that'd be interesting to see, Vince. Yeah, because like, how many times have we seen this, right, guys? Like stuff like this, you know what I mean? It's awful, right? Ugh. All right, like that's my favorite there. Oh man, or this just chipped right through, right? But yeah, no, this is nice and clean. So. Anybody want the product data on that? I'll just link that right now. Earthworks. This is cool. So these are microphones. So they're for more of like if you're doing an office, and there's a conference room, or even at the desk stations, whatever, right? You could use, these are microphones built right into the desks. They're pretty neat. They're really good. They're let's see here. I thought they were neat. You could install these right in the middle of the desk, the conference desk, or right, even at the workstations, really, if you wanted to. It's a high quality, low profile boundary microphone for permanent sound installations with high intelligibility for use in conference tables, conference rooms, and for other types of high quality sound installations. It incorporates a back electric condenser type microphone element with internal electronics that requires external 24 to 48 volt phantom power at 10 milliamps. It's extended high frequency response to 30 kilohertz to true semisphere. Polar response maintains accuracy with high intelligibility at the front and sides of the microphone. So I wanted to see how exactly it's connected, right? So light ring connector, FFC cable, right? So isn't that nuts? I can never, that's the one thing I'm always thinking, like, what the heck? Like, what are they doing with all these cars? You know, when they don't sell them. And it's incredible. It's something, right? Like, I can't believe how many of them, like, they have to go back, right? So it's crazy, right? Approaching Nirvana. Huh. Let's check out this guy. We'll just check out some of the random artists, I guess. See if they're any good. Drummer boy. It's like a drummer bass, maybe. Jim Yosef. But yeah, anyways, that's cool. Oh, silent space acoustical panels. This is neat. Look at that. You just round walls it, but you know, for desk and office partitions, right? So silent source, silent space acoustical panels, right? When considering a panel for its acoustical properties, it's critical to consider the following, right? Guidelines. Anyways, yeah. And again, if you're doing office work, right? Here's an option. Freestanding flexible wall system. This would be neat for like a sound booth, you know what I mean? For like, you know, if you're doing a live stream, to have like, you know, a sound booth around you, right? Oh yeah, this is, I don't know what this is. Jim Yosef. This is Jim Yosef. Yeah, Brandon, you too, brother. You have an excellent day. Thanks for popping in, man. We'll chat on the Discord too. Definitely, man. Thanks for coming, brother. Have a great week. Okay. So this page here, I picked out. Obviously, this is the sound absorbing walls that we just kind of went over. Man, I'm not so sure I like the music, guys. I don't know. We'll find something that's good. We'll just keep looking through it. So yeah, if you understand the specifications, the construction specifications, right? It's like your project manual. It tells you what parts to use for what's outlined in the drawings, right? So section right here is your section, right? And then the divisions in the section, right? So division 9, and then section 84, subsection 33, right? So 98433. That's how it's read. So say the divisions are, you know, 09, 07 is thermal, like, you know, 05 is metals. There's one for concrete, there's one for wood, there's one for, you know, everything basically. Okay. But yeah, this will tell you exactly what it needs to do, right? So all the standards. Look, ASTM C423 standard test method for sound absorption, blah blah, right? All these different standards it has to meet. Right, here's a full system description. Usually in them, in the specifications, they'll give you exactly what system they want, right? So say for example, if it's cladding, they're going to tell you what metal you use, like how many layers of insulation, all this stuff, right? So it's important to understand the specifications. But like I said, I'll gladly do a contract documents series where we can hang out and, you know, go over drawings and specifications and contracts. Yeah, we can do that live, and you guys, you know, if anyone, we'll definitely have to do that. I know I've been saying that for like probably a year now, but let's actually do that. Let's get that going. Let's actually try to get that going. Let's try this station. We'll see. Oh, so this was kind of a neat little, just little charts. Urban, suburban, and rural. We're more alike than we think. So there's little charts here, right? So what we value in our neighborhoods, right? So having high quality public schools is the most important thing to everybody, no matter where they live, right? Having easy access to restaurant stores, being near arts and museums, that's something actually very low. People don't care much about that, right? Living in a place where most people share your political views also, and religious beliefs, right? That's very, a little higher in the urban even, which is crazy, right? But yeah, pretty neat stuff. So yeah, like how urban, suburban, and rural populations differ. So male, never married, right? Like it's crazy, right? Percent never married. And that's to be expected. Incomes. Crazy, right? I can get a lot of data about us. Okay, and also seen that in the US they refuse to sell them because people wouldn't buy the new ones. Right? Isn't that like how? So what the heck do they do with it? Like, you can't tell me that. Like they must all be like deassembled, right? And like just reused somehow. It has to be, right? You saw that? You did see it on YouTube, eh? Wow, I'll have to check that out. That's insane, right? So the Martin Expo Town Center, LA, $100 million. Beautiful. Wow. Product type: warehouses, office and warehouses, restaurants, retail. Wow. Wholesale services, shopping centers, offices, medical. Offices, post offices, apartment buildings. Wow, eh? So pre-bid phase, 202. Oh, this is the whole of California. Project leads, right? So in California, right now, in the pre-bid phase, $202 billion worth of projects in pre-bid phase. In the bid phase, $5 billion. In post-bid, $384 billion in projects in post-bid. That's the commercial projects. In civil, wow, $19 billion in the pre-bid phase, all the way up to $95 billion in the post-bid. That's insane, man. That's a lot of dough, a lot of Canadian pesos going into the going up in there, right? So, but this is the Martintown Expo. We got some there is some issues with it getting up and going. Somebody was trying to sue them for being too big or something like that, and anyways, it's back on, right? So overall is like 200,000 square feet, but I think that actually was another so with an architectural apex of 160 feet above street level. The tower would feature 260 feet above street level. Holy cow, right? So yeah. So here we go. Upper floors within the building would comprise approximately 200,000 square feet of creative office space, a hot commodity within the West Los Angeles submarket. Ground floor plans call for 14,000 square feet of retail, 10,000 square feet of showroom for Martin Cadillac. And other potential amenities include outdoor dining space on rooftop terrace levels, stuff like that, right? But yeah, we got some pictures here. That's a pretty big building, man. I've seen these. We've been building things like this here in Edmonton. Not this big, but they're pretty crazy. But look at that, right in the sharp corner like that. Utilizes the space really, really well. All right, there we have it again, right? biophilic properties, trees, and outdoor, you know, hanging out places. In LA, man, it doesn't snow there. Come on. Jealous. So jealous. Big Cadillac dealership. Wow. Right? Speaking of cars, right? Like, I think it's going to have to come down to cars in a showroom. You're going to have to manufacture them on a custom level, right? But look at this, looking down. Whoa. That's massive, right? Ain't that something, eh? So look at it right now, right? Ooh, I wonder if this is the dealership now. Massive project though, eh? Wow. Construct Connects. This is the hot projects, March 11th, according to Construct Connects. So Alabama, nothing too special. Restaurants, Dollar Tree, yay. Alaska, look at that. Alaska, residential learning. Let's see here. We got California, Home to Suites, Fresno, College of Marin and Nevada. Research and Veterinary Medical Unit Facility, San Francisco. Let's see if we got anything. Hawaii, look at that. They always got something crazy going on. NavFac, JBPHH, Energy Replace. But yeah, there's always something going on. Lots of projects. That's always nice to see anyway. Nice long list. Wow. This is something actually we're going to end the stream off with today. Well, there's maybe one more thing, but this is an important thing because it talks about qualifying prospects, really, and how a lot of time is wasted by chasing dead leads, right? It's like, man, when you're an estimator in construction, you're bidding all these jobs all the time, and you win like 12% of them, we'll say, right? And I think it really has to do with, you know, the owners have to start qualifying the prime contractors. The prime contractors have to start qualifying the subcontractors, the project managers. Everyone needs to be qualified, right? We need to have a list of criteria that will match us to good potential clients and into relationships, right? I think it's a good practice to start doing, right? I mean, you bid jobs, you should have a list, make a list, and you should qualify clients, qualify contractors that you're going to hire, qualify contractors that you're going to bid to. Same with qualifying owners, even. You know, it goes both ways, right? I think that's something that, you know, it's a lot of big business does this, but yeah, when you're in the smaller guys, right, try to optimize your time the best you can. And simple thing, as simple as that, putting a list together and something, you know, of all the criteria that you need to, of all the jobs that you win, there's gonna be similarities, right? So you can put together that list and right away qualify people that you work with or have relationships with. So yeah, it's pretty cool, man. Can't believe we got through all those pages today, though. Holy cow, man. That was a lot of pages, but we touched on some cool stuff. That's new. That was the new stuff kind of caught up in the last couple of months, right? Oh, man. Oh, man. Sure. Emil, so generally what goes on right now is owners and contractors themselves will each have their own lists of qualified people. Okay, there's no like there's certain organizations and things that you can join that put you on qualified lists as well. You know, like that's why things like, say for example, core safety, right? You can, if you sometimes that's a rule that owners need a contractor to have, is core safety, right? So that's one thing that qualifies them on that. So if your company spends the money to get core certified, they get bumped into that list, right? So it's kind of like an unwritten list, but all the different owners will keep their own lists, right? So if you get onto their lists, then that's good, right? They'll send you the drawings or the bid packages, right? And that's how you bid jobs, right? Get invited to bid jobs. So that's when you're a big contractor, a lot of stuff gets sent to you, right? Because you've been pre-qualified with the owners and designers and consultants and all that stuff, right? So it's something to look at too if you're a contractor looking for things like that, like getting your core safety or some sort of insurance, for example, right? That'll put you into a different level of the game. You know what I mean? It can definitely help you get up into those bigger contracts, right? So yeah, man. There was one other thing. So I've decided on a charity that I'm going to support. I don't know if it exists yet, but if it doesn't exist, I might start something like even a scholarship or a charity or something. But I want to put together like a charity or find one. So if you guys know of one, but it directly help children who've lost their parents to like some sort of opiate overdose or dependency or something. You know what I mean? So that's the charity I've decided to go with. And I know I never really mentioned charity before, but I've been thinking about it, right? If I think everybody needs to have one. Every channel should have a charity, I think. So there's a lot of talk about charity the past few weeks around YouTube with the whole fact that gamers aren't being recognized as top tier YouTubers, even though they raise like I think crazy like 80% of the money from YouTube, right? But got me thinking, and so yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. I want to help children directly affected by their parents' opiate usage somehow. They've lost their parents or to death or whatever. We'll figure it out. But anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out. Vince, my man, always a pleasure to have you in the house, my man. I know you're a busy guy, so everybody appreciate you spending the time here. And I'm not sure if Christina's going live today, but we'll watch for that link. And and Eddie, if you make sure you let her know if you're still here or whatnot, that we love her very much and wish you and your whole family the best. And everybody, thanks for popping in. This is Chris, and we'll see you on the next stream. Bye for now.